Hey everybody, back in the train room here. Happy Sunday to y'all. Lord's Day. Hope you made it to church this morning. I know I did. Like I do every week. Giving back. Giving back and growing. So anyway, here is the update on the 2x4 Z-Scale project layout that I just started Friday night. Oops, got a derailment there. This is actually take 2 of this video because in the first one I knocked the camera over, which knocked into the layout and knocked some trains over, but you still got to see some trains get knocked over on their own. So at least that one wasn't on me. Anyways, here's where we're at. This is pretty much the track plan we're going to use. There's going to be a few modifications. I'm going to swap out some track for some of the Rokuhan R070 series girder bridges. I'm probably going to put 4 of them, 2 right here and 2 right here, because this is where the waterfall is going to go and the lake scene. Haven't figured out all the structures I want to use yet, so that'll be part of it as well. Like to see if I can put a siding in the back, turnout running just right out of the tunnel on the outside track. And yep, we lost our train again. Figures this wasn't really doing this until I started recording the video. Lucky me. But it's probably going to be a siding that goes all the way to the corners. What I'm shooting for. So hopefully we can make that happen. You know, just for another area to stage a train. That's the main thing. Just, you know, it's the one thing. As much as I love Z-Scale, taking them on and off the track is a lot less fun than some of these other scales. So, you know, that's definitely something. The more you can stage, I feel like the better off you are. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do here. Excuse me for just 1 second. I'm just adding some extra support under here. Maybe I should have done a take 3 of this video. So, okay, we're gonna try that. So, in the middle, gonna be a yard. Still not set on what's there. Got to get some buffers. Got to get some of like the 490 millimeter angle pieces. The one thing I was really kind of awakened with, so to speak, is these track clips were in that box of all the microtrain stuff that I showed you guys a couple weeks ago. But these were a lifesaver for doing this, since it is one big double track going around this. I don't think that's in all the way, but who cares? There we go. But yeah, this made it so much easier to line everything up right. So I don't know. I have to look those up. I don't know if Rokuhan makes those. I'm sure they do. But I think I'm gonna have to get some more of those, because that'll at least that helped me hold everything in place. So I knew where to cut. And these are just rough cuts of the foam here. I still need to go through here. I'm probably gonna shorten this up a little bit. This is too wide in here, so I'll probably come along here and take a little bit off and then move this back. I shifted this already, so like from how I taped this is already like too far forward, and I gotta shift the top of it. So but yeah, very, very rough right now, like we all start out with a new layout. So looking forward to getting a little more progress with it. I mean, I think the hardest thing with this layout is just getting it level as far as the track goes, so everything can climb a hill. I've noticed these grades are a little steep, so it's pretty much, you almost need a double header on these, depending on how many cars you have. I tested in the first video with this. I just had my 2 CN SD60Ms, one on each track, running them, and they ran pretty pretty good. I mean, they're good engines made by AZL, of course. Please check that out. But I think with the A and B, Arri Lackawanna F7, and then the Chessie and the Conrail, I think they're, you know, that can pull, what do we got here, 7 cars. So 7 cars on here, 5 cars on here. Probably don't want to do anything too long. I did have the 3 CN diesels like I had on the other one, the Grand Trunk and the other 2, with the 12 Ortner cars running on one of the tracks, and it ran fine. I mean, that's a long train. Put the tankers on the end of it too, so, you know, 14 car train with a triple header ran around here no problem. So moving to the middle here, like I said, we're gonna have a lake here, waterfall. Gotta, as I said, cut this, move this back a little bit. So we're gonna get some more supports for the bridge over here. I'm thinking about cutting a piece of very small, thin plywood to use as a bridge piece. Just something right around here, and then use some supports for it. I just got some foam on here now just to hold it up, so at least I can see where it needs to be and where everything needs to sit for the trains to go over evenly. So what else are we gonna do? Definitely get all the celluclay in here once it's, I gotta fill in underneath here, all these gaps, figure out how I'm gonna do that. But I think once that's done, it's gonna be pretty easy. You know, drill our holes for the wiring. I'm thinking it's probably going to be, I want to put a double crossover on here, at least one. I thought about maybe 2 of them, maybe one for the back, one for the front, because I thought about like maybe one in here and then maybe one up on the ridge here. That way at least you can, you know, you can switch out multiple trains, cross them over or whatever, just to make it as accessible as possible without having to take trains off the track as much as you can. So we have, you know, those will be one of the ones to switch out. So I'm thinking 2 double crossovers. I have the 2 turnouts right here. I'm probably going to put another one in here, maybe, you know, just depending on space and how I want to set this yard area up. I may just leave it at that. I don't know. But the one thing I am going to use, I'm just using 2 of the RCO2 Roku Hunt controllers right now. I got them on my stack of crates here. But I plan on ordering 2 more of the RCO3 controllers, since they do have the built-in switches for turnouts and double crossovers and things like that. I'm right on the front here is where I'll build some sort of command station for the controllers. Probably put it on a hinge so you can fold it down, put it back up. Just try to make it as portable as possible. Gonna get the fold down table legs for it, I told you in the last video. Still have not decided on what kind of foliage I want to do with this. I mean, I really liked how the fall layout turned out on the 20 by 28 inch one that I did with the Arca Stories grain elevator, and so I would really like to I would really like to do that again, but I'm just not sure. I don't know if I want to do spring or summer. Not going to do winter on this one, I know that for sure. But yeah, we'll see. I'm leaning fall or spring, one or the other. And then structures, yeah, like I said, gonna have some Arca Stories. Definitely that. It's just where I'm putting everything, I don't know yet. I mean, the central yard in the middle is probably gonna be the best for most of that stuff. Just a matter of what I'm gonna do and where I want to put it. So. Because I would like some of the turn of the century Arca Stories houses, but this layout doesn't really leave room for a residential scene, unless maybe even on top of the mountain when that gets rounded and where the waterfall starts. Maybe I'll have one up there. They do make some smaller ones. I wouldn't mind doing that. But then I was considering building up this corner, and just like on Steve's trains with his 3x5 end layout that this was based off of, he actually had this stacked up, and he had a bridge with a siding going over to like a concreted area, like an industry. I actually cut the foam to do that. I don't know if I'm going to add that in there. Maybe I'm still considering this, but I'm glad I got my track plan and it seems to be running okay. I think I got everything where I want it as far as leveling that. It'll be another project when I get in here with the Celluclay clay and start filling in the gaps. I did add some screws in a few places, like here and here, to kind of hold this in place so it wouldn't shift, or at least I knew where to go with it. Here I did shave off a little bit because that was catching on it, and I probably got to go a little more. I'm going to try to go at an angle because this is pretty much where I want it to be width-wise, so I kind of got to go underneath, like almost like a half of an hourglass there, the top half. What else can I tell you? I'm like running out of ideas here. Maybe I should just shut up. There's one thing I was thinking of, and of course I lost it. And it's a lazy Sunday after church, so I'm usually asleep in my recliner right now, but I figured I wanted to give you guys an update. So yeah, well, I'm enjoying this project so far. I think once the Celluclay gets all done, that's when it's going to start getting a little more real here for looking like a real layout. We'll get it Celluclayed, paint it with the earth undercoat from Woodland Scenic, start adding the ground cover, track ballast, the usual stuff you see me do and everybody else does in the layout world. So, well, yeah, check it out. Hope you enjoyed the progress. Like and subscribe, share with all your friends. Check out www.uszscale.com for all your Z-Scale needs. Check out our new site, usztoday.com, for just Z news and articles. And, it's very new. I haven't been doing much with it lately. But I do have downloadable paper structures on there. We could all use save a couple bucks, especially in the Z world. So, hey, if you can make some structures out of that, great. But, yeah, so that's about all I got for now. I'm rambling, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.